Hello and welcome to a very brief demonstration on the career management portal of 3BlueDots. I would love to take you through a few basic functionalities that I hope will help you. The very first thing is the availability manager. The system always assumes you are available to do a specific shift or a number of shifts. So if you're not available, just make sure that you go to the specific week and the day of the week and click on the radio button to make you unavailable. Just to let you know that if you are booked to do a specific shift, the system will automatically make you unavailable. So if you are unavailable for an entire week, just click on this big radio button at the top left hand corner, followed by save. You can then navigate through different weeks in order to make yourself unavailable for specific days of the week. Right, the second thing I want to show you is the managing your search criteria. This just helps you to identify certain jobs that you might be interested in and would avoid you being bombarded by shifts or jobs that might not be applicable. This is done in two ways, either in your professional profile section or in the job section. So if we click on profile, go to the professional details, and on the far right hand corner you'll see search preferences. If you, based on your profession or your sector that you operate in this instance you might be a healthcare, so you'll select healthcare, you'll select doctor, and you'll select the grades and specialities. This is a predefined list, so just pick off that list, your grades and specialities, followed by save. There are some other things that you can select. I would advise you not to bother too much with it, especially it will narrow your range or your reach. What you can do, however, is to say that you only want to work 10 miles from your postcode, and that will identify jobs that are within your vicinity. The third thing I want to show you is your documentation. Obviously you would need to share some of your professional documentation to be considered for certain jobs, like for instance CV and reference letters, and then also qualifications, etc, etc. Go to My Documents, select the folder that you would like to store a document in, click on this paperclip and fill in the information and also attach the file. Just two things on this: if the document expires, just select the expiry date which the document expires, and then also when you want to be reminded of updating the specific document. The second thing is the sharing status. The documents will always be by default shared as public. Now if it is a sensitive document, I would suggest that you mark it as confidential, which means only yourself will have access to this. Public is not Google search public. Public just means your employer or your staffing agency will be able to view this document, which is obviously a key requirement. Right, another thing that I want to show you is how to apply for jobs. You will receive a notification either via text message or via email. Once you're logged in, you can see either from your home page the jobs that you were invited to apply for, or when you go to the jobs tab you'll be able to see the same thing. Clicking on the jobs link, it will show you the shifts that you were invited to apply for. Now based on your availability, it will show you that you might not be available for some of them, but if you have not updated your availability, just unselect the ones that you are not available for, or just leave it as it is and click on apply. The covering letter is not compulsory, so you don't have to bother about that. Now if you're successful, you'll receive a notification to say congratulations, you've been offered this specific job, and it's your responsibility to book and confirm the specific shifts. Once you've confirmed them, you'll be able to see the individual shifts in the accepted section in more detail. The last thing I want to show you quickly is in the account section, which is the timesheet management section of the application. Because temporary work is driven by timesheets, you go to accounts, click on open timesheet, so you can see there's one timesheet. There are 18 hours worth of timesheets that you need to submit. If you worked 18 hours, you'll get paid £810. So in this instance, we'll click on complete. There are two shifts, both day shifts, between 8 to 5. You'll select the two shifts. Now, if you started earlier, just pull the cursor or the slider to the left, or if you started later, push it to the right, and then also if you finish later or earlier, you slide the slider. Unpaid breaks is very important in some sectors, that you have to have a compulsory break, and some industries pay for that, others don't. So just put in your unpaid breaks as and where applicable, followed by submit. You'll be required to click this box to make sure that you've conformed to all rules and regulations, followed by submit. Now that kickstarts a whole process. As you can see, it goes into a pending folder of all your timesheets that are now pending. I would suggest that you would go to the person who would have normally signed your timesheet for them to log into the system and actually get your timesheets approved. Once approved, your employer or your staffing agency will be able to pay you. So it's important that you get your timesheets approved. Right, I thank you very much for your time. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact us at support@3bd.uk.com. Thank you.